Assalamu alaikum in grade 5. I miss you all. Today inshallah we will start unit 14 about percentage. Our first lesson, percentage of fractions. We will understand percentages as fraction of 100.
What is percentage? Percent just means out of 100. 15% means 15 parts of 100. 15 parts of 100. Part of a whole. Do you remember something? Yes, the definition of fraction. So, 15 parts of 100. Yes, a percentage is a fraction. And since you know everything about fraction, learning about percentage will gonna be easy. But a percentage is not any fraction. It's a special fraction that always has 100 as a bottom number. In fact, because the bottom number of a percentage is always 100, we don't need to write instead. We write a percent sign. For example, here we have 15 green boxes out of 100 boxes. So we write it as a percentage. We say 15%. That means 15 per 100 are green box.
So, we know now that percentages are fractions with denominator 100. So always the denominator should be 100. Let's look at this example. Here we have the big square and we divide it into 100 equal squares. If we look at the shaded part, the red one, we find that the half of this one are red. The half of the square of the 100 squares are red. So here we say the percentages are 50 out of 100. 50 out of 100, this is as a fraction. As percent, we write 50 and beside it the percent sign. Now, one more example. Who can tell me how many parts or how many squares are shaded here? Excellent. We have 10 small squares are red. Okay, and all the squares are how many? The shaded one and the not shaded one are 100. Good. So if I ask you to write fraction for this shaded squares, you tell me the fraction is 10 out of 100. Excellent. So how we write 10 out of 100 as percent? We say 10 and beside it the percent sign. Excellent. And we read it 10%. So now grade 5. We know that we can write this one as fraction, as decimal, as percent, and also we can draw it like a shape. Look here at 3 out of 100. Look first at the shape. Only we have 3 squares are blue. So this is 3 out of 100 as a fraction. As a percent, it's a 3%. As a decimal, how we write it as a decimals? It's a 3 out of 100. 3 divides 100. So once the denominator, remember how we convert fraction to decimal. Once the denominator is 100, so 3 should be in the hundredths place. So this is 300. One more example. Here How many small squares are colored? Good. There is 5 small squares are red. 5 out of what? 5 out of 100. Excellent. So we write it 5% as percentage. Excellent, grade 5. Now it's your turn to tell me the percent. The first one, can you tell me the percent for this one? Good. It's 18%. Excellent. And the second one, check how many are green, how many squares are green. 10, 20, 30, count. Then out of 100, so this is in percent, 62%. Excellent, grade 5. Here we have 4 out of 25 and we want to write it as a percent. Can you tell me what's the difference here? Good. The denominator here is 25. It's not 100. So think what we have to do in this case. Excellent. We have to make the denominator 100. Now think again. How can we make the denominator 25 100? By multiplying. Good job. We multiply by what? 25 by what equal 100? By 4. Good. And tell me, grade 5, if I multiply 25 by 4, should I multiply 4, the top number, also by 4? Yes, excellent. We have to multiply it also. Why? Why we have to multiply 4 also by the same whole number? Because this is equivalent fraction. Good. Remember the equivalent fraction to keep the value of the fraction same. Excellent. So now we want to multiply it by 4. Okay, so this is now 16 out of 100. Or as percent, this is 16%. Now it's your turn. This is 6 out of 20. We want to write it as percent. So the denominator here 20. So we have to make it 100. Excellent. How we make it 100? 20 multiply what equal 100? Good job. 20 multiply 5. So multiply 6 by 5 and 20 by 5. This is give us 30 out of 100. Excellent. Or as percent, it's 30%. Good job.
Now we have another example. In this example, he wants from us to find the percentage. He said write each percentage as a fraction. A 75%, B 5%. To solve A, we will change 75%, we will write it as a fraction. we will say 75 over 100. Then we will simplify this fraction. We will get 3 over 4. Remember how to simplify? Yes, we will divide both the numerator and denominator on the same number. Like here we divide both them on 25, we get 3/4. B, we have 5%. How to simplify it? We will write it 5 over 100. Then we divide both of them on 5. We get 1 over 20.